Good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here I am for some Mariners baseball. And here I am also joined by my buddy Steve. And Mr. Steve, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just a little, it's a good Saturday, man. We had an action-packed soccer Saturday, and of course, the Sounders are going on right now. And, you asked me to come, and hey, man, what do you know? I'm here. Just to have a little fun, talk a little SHIT, and just enjoy a little Mariners baseball.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And I have got to get my streaming thing going because I had just got home driving in the undrivable roads of Washington because the Washington State Department literally refuses to get their projects done. They always
Hey, man,
delay, make excuses, and it's like makes
it's
it
your
very
nickel.
undrivable.
It's your nickel. Watch it work. I remember those were the roadsides for the Washington State Department of Transportation. They had those little billboards right next to their little road construction works, and I always found that kind of funny. Yeah, watch it work very slowly.
Very slowly. I get to the point where I just feel like it's driving in Washington. Like today, it was just virtually undrivable. Like I almost thought of doing it from my old house and just do it from my tablet and my phone, but I thought I could make it in time, and well, that plan did not
Not so
go
much,
very
man.
well, and
Not so much. Not so much.
not so much at all. And I wonder if the game is on national television today. No, it's on Root Sports, so
It's en route.
yeah, I
Yep,
just gotta
en
get
route.
to the game. Figuring this out.
All right. Let's see what we got here. So the Mariners, look at that, man, tied for first place, 80 wins.
Yeah, and I'm now just wondering how are the Houston Astros doing themselves and the Texas Rangers. I think they had just lost to they just beat the New York Mets, like annihilated them.
They
And
are
now
73 in their last 10.
And now here is Mike Trout, and that pitch is going to be 1-0, and we are underway here at T-Mobile Park.
Is this Brian Woo pitching
Yeah,
tonight?
it's Brian. Woohoo! He is the man for today.
Woo!
And now the pitch, and this is a strike.
Mr. Trout.
That is Mr. Trout. And also, I got to make a count of how many shows that I have done thus far.
Is that, by the way, is that Starbucks in chalk on the backside of the mound? Is that what I'm seeing right now?
Yeah, it's Starbucks. They gave away $5 Starbucks gift cards today for the first 30,000 fans.
Wow. How generous of Howard Schultz. How generous.
He's not even in the. I think he's just a chairman. But yeah, we can still say, yeah, how generous of him. What a great man. Yeah. For someone that tanks Sonics tickets,
I feel like enough time. Yeah, enough time has gone by, and now it's like he's going to try to whittle his way back into the hearts of sports fans in Seattle by giving away $5 gift cards when every single cup of coffee is like $8.
Yeah, swing and a miss, strike three. There goes Mike Trout, and got the numbers. It is now my 64th show of the season, and
you're going for 100.
Well, it's not going to happen because there's not enough games left. I can get to 74. Or if the Mariners make the World Series, there happen to be 7-game series for every single one of them, then maybe there's a chance.
I doubt it.
And we got messages so far. No Howard Schultz love for me. This is RGR 21. And now here's the pitch. That is up high for a ball, and that is going to be ball one for Yoan Moncada.
Roger 21. What's up, Roger 21?
Yeah, Roger 21. He is the best member of the channel. He actually is a paid member, and he gifted 5 people. And that is a strike, and that's going to be 1-1.
Roger. What's your vector, Victor? Roger. Reference. That's an old airplane reference right there.
We've got Randy Arozarena. Actually, you know what? I'll look at the lineup once we get more mobilizing. 1-1 for Moncada.
Is that Yoan Moncada? I didn't even think he was still in the league.
And the pitch.
That's what I know.
Ground ball foul.
Yoan Moncada.
Yeah.
Wasn't Moncada a Dodger at one point?
I don't even know.
I think so.
Astros are beating the Braves. Of course they are. So the Mariners have to win today. And now here is the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. It's almost like the Astros know exactly when to lose and win because it feels like when the Mariners win, Astros win. The Astros lose, Mariners lose. So the Astros have Astros have got to be the smartest team in baseball.
Now, Yoan Moncada was a White Sox. That's right. He was a Red Sox initially, and then he switched color Sox and went to Chicago.
1-2 inside for a ball. That almost hit him too. In the wild card standings, the Mariners are where are they at exactly in the wild card standings? We're really curious about that. Trying to figure that out. It doesn't even say. Oh, Mariners are in the lead for the division. Technically,
Correct.
now it's going to be a pop-up right to Eugenio Suarez. So Mariners have the lead in the division. They have won 7 in a row. 7 and 3 in the last 10, but then they're going to go to Kansas City where their momentum can be challenged, knowing that the Mariners are absolutely atrocious on the road, which I do think that this season, no matter how it goes, I think the T-Mobile Park offensive ball suppression argument has got to be put to bed. I think that argument's got to go. And this year has proved it's a pitch.
And that's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're still going to talk about it because
it's everybody's favorite fallback.
It's like it's their number one victim card poll. As we're
the interesting thing is it feels like it's either division or bust for the Mariners this year, right?
It has to be
because right now right now they're either tied for the division lead or tied for the third wild card, and they're only leading the third wild card by a game. And as you said, the Rangers already won. It looks like the Astros have already won as well too. So for for the month of September, man,
1-1.
It really does have to be division or bust.
Yeah, and Mariners basically have to play perfect baseball because the Rangers are also playing perfect baseball without most of their stars.
They've also won 7 out of their last 10, playing pretty good baseball.
And they're doing it without Corey Seager and Marcus Semien. Yeah, Marcus Semien's not even there.
Where's he at?
He is injured.
Just get him on the phone, find out what he's doing.
I wouldn't know. Well, I guess we can look at injury reports as we're at 1-2.
So what is
and now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. A nice 1-2-3 inning for the Seattle Mariners. And I am so hungry that I need 1 minute to eat a banana. So please enjoy a 1 minute ad. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
And I am back.
Wow, that was a quick banana.
It really was. And some kind of egg. So all I've got left is a little bit of salad.
There you go, man. There you go.
And while this commercial break is still going, I do want to, maybe commercial break's almost over, so maybe I can't really say much yet. Yep, we are back from the break. I was going to give a little bit of gratitude for the fans.
Okay, okay. I was gonna ask you though, I've always wondered what the logo of Starbucks is. Is that a mermaid? Is that what the chick is in the logo? Is
I think it's a mermaid, yeah. And now here's the pitch to Rosarena, and that is a ball. And the original logo was a bit more exposing.
I never actually necessarily paid
The
attention to
1-0
it.
up high for a ball 2-0. 2-0 for Rosarena, batting .245. He has 27 home runs and
Oh
73
yeah.
RBIs, career high. And
Oh
that
yeah,
is
the
a
original.
strike.
Yeah, the original had titties, didn't it?
I mean, you just had to say it. You just had to spell it out, didn't you?
Yeah, it seriously, 1971. It had the titties,
2
and
and
then
1.
let's see.
And that is going to be a ball 3-1.
In 1987, they decided that the titties had to go, and then in '92, they still had the black inside, and then
And the
2011,
3-1.
it's their current. Yeah.
And that's a strike, and that's going to be 3-2.
I never really knew the 1970s. Once you said it was actually kind of risque and revealing, I was like, "Ooh, I got to see this."
3-2. And that is strike 3 called, and Randy Rosarena knew it. And that is going to be 1 out. And next we got
You gotta
Cal
swing,
Raleigh
buddy.
up to the plate, which I'm going to say it again. I don't like Cal Raleigh at 2 and Julio at 3 because let's say Cal Raleigh just gets a dribbling single, and if Julio hits an extra base hit, that's not going to get Cal Raleigh home. If you do it
That's
the
correct.
other way around, then Julio can get home from first.
I would agree.
So baseball-wise, this is flawed. Now the pitch. Oh, inside. But of course, you know what? And he got hit. See, this is why this proves exactly why it's not going to work. Because Julio, you can't expect him to hit home runs
So
all the
Cal
time.
gets hit. By the way, did he get rid of the? So it looks like he got rid of the full goatee and is just going straight mustache right now.
I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah,
not a big fan of it. I like him with a little bit of a
mustache.
beard, and that went
I
right
do enjoy it. I
through
kind
his
of like it.
pants.
As you look at that one, that pitch was way inside. Yeah, and it caught him on the thigh right there. Yeah.
And Julio's
Yeah.
getting some time. This series, he is 3 for 8. He has 30 home runs and 89 RBIs. He's actually on his way to possibly have a career high season compared to 23 and 22.
That's kind of interesting.
And the pitch.
Considering he puts up big numbers, but that being said, it's he does it in a roundabout way where he has long stretches of absolute dog shit play, but yet for whatever reason, a home run here and a home run there, and all of a sudden he's barking up 40.
He's very volatile. And now the pitch.
That's a nice way of
And
putting
a
it.
swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. That was the video that I was putting out. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you just hate Julio. That's hate." And I was like, "No, I'm just saying he's extremely volatile."
And by the way, that last pitch right there, where you got a nice little, a change up a little high right in the zone, he swings right through the damn pitch.
Now it's going to be 0-2.
That is a good word to describe him. He is volatile.
Now here's the pitch. And here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to be kind of going into the corner. We got Julio Rodriguez at second base. Is Cal Raleigh going to score? Nope, he goes to third, and I think this play alone proves why it has to be the other way around. Cal at 3, Julio at 2, fine. Because had Cal Raleigh hit one in the corner, Julio's is zipping home. And I wonder if that's going to be...
That was a really good piece of hitting, as that one was on the outside corner of the plate. Gets ahead of a little bit and then just dinks it right down the left field line. And by the way, that one just snuck right inside the third base line,
barely.
Third base bag right there. Yeah, barely. Good piece of hitting, though.
And now here is Jorge Polanco, number 4 hitter. Very interesting decision. Now here's the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And 2 runs are going to score. Here comes Cal Raleigh. You would think that Julio's going to score with his feet, and I believe he does. He just does.
Oh, Polanco double. Look at the double. All of a sudden now the Mariners are a double making factory. And all of a sudden 2 are in, and the Mariners take a 2-0 lead. Good piece of hitting right there by Jorge.
I guess Jorge heard me saying very interesting decision, and then he was like, "Shut up, Rooftop."
Right. That was the pitch that Julio swung through. This time Polanco doubles down the right field line. Nice little inside out swing right there.
First Mariner since Edgar Martinez. Oh, and here's a fly ball belted. Nope, that's not belted. That is out. Marine layered, baby.
See?
The camera looks good.
See?
Offensive suppression.
El Chulo 212 is at 2112 is asking which team will think will win. Roger 21 then laughs and said, "I thought it was belted off the bat too." It's kind of funny. Yeah, the camera totally played tricks on us, right? I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Now I think Dave Sims was actually broadcasting the game from the TV now at this point, when he was doing that a lot last year. But with Jorge Polanco's double, he is now tied. That's the first time since 1996 hitting doubles in 6 straight games. That was last done by Edgar Martinez. And now here's going to be a liner and foul. And fun fact about 1996 Edgar Martinez, he was actually on pace to break Earl Webb's record of 67 doubles, and then injuries and I guess some cold streaks just got to him in the second half, which is why he ended up with just 52. But 52 is still dang good.
Still 52 is a high number of doubles. And by the way, that was a stretch from 94 to like 97 where that dude was an automatic double. It really, I remember in 94, the strike year where he was starting to he was really starting to heat up when it came to doubles. It seemed like every time at the plate, it was always an extra base hit. And 95, of course, very good. 96, you just brought up, which I think probably was. It's interesting, right? I'm trying to think of like Edgar's best seasons. 92 and 95.
They say 2000 or 95, they say is his best.
Yeah, 92 and 95, he won the batting titles. And I'm trying to think of like
1-2 pitch. It's gonna be a ground ball right to first base, toss over to first. That he hops in, that's gonna be in time, and that's gonna retire the side. But the Mariners get 2 runs in there by a 2-run RBI double by Jorge Polanco.
Let's see, shall we? Let's look at.
While you do that research, I want to address my fans of like. I just want to say I thank all of you for all your flexibility with me throughout this entire week, which goes from doing my show actually from a different location because I just couldn't get to this place on time due to Don't Quit Your Day Job. Also with the fact that, well, the way that I conducted my 2 shows, and I'm not going to explain it at its fullest because I've already done it at this point. I appreciate all of your flexibility on that. Hence why I did not ask for donations or even using my SeatGeek promo code. I shut those off for those 2 days. But now today is my very first normal Mariners game since like Sunday. So with all those together, heavily appreciate it. And those 2 games as well in that week with no microphone and no real camera still racked up the most views for this Mariners season.
Yeah. You know, the interesting thing, it was a tough week. And of course, with September 11th and the remembrance of that. And then of course, the day before we had one of the ugliest assassinations that we've seen in quite a while. I also
and I also want to point out, along with other schools that were also fell to victim of that situation. And it was more than it was. I think it was getting close to a dozen.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is I had a live stream on Tuesday when that went down, and how I found out was that my sister texted me, and I'm like, "Get out of here!" Like it seemed unfathomable, and then of course it turned out to be true, and I didn't bring it up on the live stream because I just felt like I didn't want to overshadow the U.S. men's national team on a big night, so I posted something in my posts on YouTube and of course on my Twitter feed. And also my Facebook feed. But that being said,
now here's a fly ball. Sorry to interrupt. And now that's going to be out of there. I would like to say that was just drilled to left center field. And that is Jo Adell with a home run. Home run number 36. He kills the Mariners like he did last year. And now it's a 2-1 ball game.
Jo Adell sucks.
Let me finish your.
Yeah,
it's a quick one.
And I'll just say that I know it was a rough week for you as well too. But that being said, it seemed like you handled it quite well, and I'm sure your fans were quite appreciative of it, right? It
They
seemed like
were.
everybody had an opinion on it, and I think you and I used our platforms to let the sports actually do the talking, and our opinions were.
We try to
below
do.
the sur-
I tried to do the
below the
best I
surface.
can to restrain myself on the sports channel because for someone
sports
that is like that does not like to put the P word in there too much. And now here's the 0-1 swing and a miss, but I felt like I just had to put it for
Sure.
just like a couple seconds.
Sure. And of course I'm the dude that I don't like. Here's the thing. Like if you're not gonna subscribe to my channel because of what you think I believe in, or you think that I'm a bad dude because I think it's wrong for you to laugh at somebody's death, then by all means don't subscribe to my channel. I don't want you to subscribe to my channel anyways, right? Because I think that's just I think it's just classless and it's tasteless, especially in the face of the fact that a wife just lost her husband and the kids don't have their dad, right? So never is that okay. But
1-2.
said,
That's gonna be a fly ball foul.
and then of course, it was followed up by a school shooting. So man, rough week, man. Rough week.
Very rough week, which is why and not only is it just us content creators, even the athletes came out and were expressing how shocked they really were. So a lot of lasting impacts. Up high for a ball, that's going to be 2-2, which is but the one thing I will definitely thank is that we still have the privilege in this country to talk about how stinky the Mariners are.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Yep. Well, I will say that at least they're playing good baseball at the right time, which is a far cry from the last two Septembers when we absolutely collapsed.
But so are the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. So there's going to be it's going to be a very, objectively speaking, it's going to be a very exciting last 2 weeks of baseball, to say the least. 2-2. And that's going to be popped up.
I wonder if Jerry got it right. Jerry got it right this deadline.
The one thing he's missing was he just should have added one more arm because the bullpen, as they have gotten better recently, but in that losing streak, they were really showing their volatility and erratic style. And it may come back in Kansas City and Houston, the pitch, foul ball, because Mariners, that's why they have to win out for the entire homestand. You got to win out against Anaheim. You got to win out against Colorado. Like, I would say just blow them out. Even just beating them by 1, I'm still not going to be happy. 2-2 for Moore, by the way. And it's not
Dylan
that shouldn't
Moore.
That
shouldn't be a hard ask, right? I mean, the Angels are the Angels, and the Rockies, unfortunately, are the Rockies. So this homestand comes at a good time before we hit that final stretch of the season. So it looks like the Mariners actually kind of control their own destiny.
3-2. And ball 4, take your base. They do. And then hopefully the Dodgers can catch fire at the right time before the final homestand. So that way the Dodgers don't have to floor it on the accelerator paddle. So that way they could kind of coast. But if they are at neck and neck with the Padres and the Giants for whatever reason, then they're going to go balls out.
Mm.
And now here's a pitch. And that is a ball. Should have taken Shohei Ohtani to the Diamond Club. I guess they should have toured him there when they're trying to get him in 2018. They should have given him everything that he wanted. As we got 1-0 for Davison. That's Logan Davison.
So now that I'm going over the numbers here.
And the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled.
If you're going off of power metrics, that 2000 season for Edgar, 35, 145, I would probably say that if you're going just strictly off that, but I mean, if you're going overall numbers, if you're going off your quad
1-1. That is a strike.
Power and doubles, you probably have to say 95 was Edgar's best year.
They do it by the WRC pluses and all the other stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, like I know if you're going off of WAR and WRC plus or whatever like that, I'm just going off of just numbers across the board. It's probably 95.
But power numbers wise, 2000 was his best. 37
Oh,
home
yeah,
runs,
yeah.
145 RBIs.
For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. But I like the consistency of 95, those numbers across the board.
We're
More
looking
doubles.
at 2-2, and now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be 1 out. And now it's going to be Guzman. Mariners have won 2 in a row. They have the opportunity to win this series, but we all know that given the Texas
Should've
and
taken.
Houston streaks, they got to sweep out, unfortunately. I hate saying it, but they have to sweep. I cannot take a 3 of 4 because too many Mariner fans are like, well, at least we took 3 of 4. Like, nope, not in this stretch.
Should have taken Shohei to the Diamond Club.
I actually, in some ways, almost went to the Diamond Club on Thursday. It was going to be for free, but I declined.
Why'd you do that?
Well, one, I didn't think I was going to make it on time, and I would have gotten there
Doesn't
at
matter.
7.
Doesn't
Another
matter.
pitch.
the
And
Diamond
I was
Club.
doing it. And I was doing a show with Jay Trident, and it was 9/11, and I wanted to give everyone, all my fans, a chance to do the moment of silence.
Okay.
So there was just too many factors for me.
Oh, so you did it for subs. Okay, I got you now.
Oh,
You did it for
you had this. You just had to say it. I knew it. As we're at 0-2 now, the
just giving
pitch.
you a hard time. I have been in the Diamond Club twice. Once against the Yankees, and then once against the A's, maybe. Yeah, my buddy Dave, who's still out there in the Pacific Northwest, who's a
1-2.
great dude.
And strike 3 called, and that's going to be 2 outs.
Shout out to the Dugan. He got me Diamond Club tickets for my birthday one time. Turns out he's really good friends with Big Low out there, and apparently I don't know, he swings some kind of deal, and we ended up with Diamond Club tickets. And I'll tell you what, man, for
Haven't seen
250
Big Low in action in a long time, and I think age is unfortunately just getting to him. That's the thing. Life
Could
is
be.
just
could be
fragile to
Could be.
pitch, and he will be known as one of the more prominent Seattle fans of all time. His defense thing at his defense sign at the Seahawks game, and also the C-fence, and him as the most
So dumb.
prominent Sonics fan I've ever seen the pitch.
Well,
And that is a strike.
you know what's funny is I actually never saw him at Sonics.
I
Sonics
did.
games.
Big guy
Only,
at
like,
the back.
Yeah. Well, like big games, sure. You know what I mean? Like Tuesday night against Golden State, probably not, right? So, and especially during the 90s, that wasn't really that time frame. He kind of showed up like after 2000 a little bit, but I will
noticed
say
that. Now here's a liner to right field, and that's going to get in the gap for a base hit. And I wonder if that's going to score in the run, and it went to third base at least. So now we got runners on first and third with 2 outs, though. But now it looks like they're getting to Brian Wu already.
yeah,
Good thing the
that was
Mariners
good,
scored
though.
those 2 runs.
Good piece of hitting right there to get into the gap right there. Now all of a sudden, first and third, 2 outs though, still can get out. That was a really good piece of hitting too. If you look at where that pitch was outside a little bit, that's a hitter's pitch right there. Just dumps it right into the gap.
Offense in the last 2 games been 2 home runs for the Angels and 1 for the Mariners, and that one is actually owned by Mitch Garver.
I will say though that once Lumen Field opened in 2002, right behind the on the south end on the Royal Brome end, that's where you saw big Lauren Sandusky right there with this big C fence, and that was especially in the early 2000s, that was a big deal. That was a really big deal.
It's a revolutionary stadium for its time, especially with the noise.
With the noise. I
But
still
the thing
remember.
is, it's actually, well, yeah, you remember
2004 during that Super Bowl run. And
2005.
I remember it. 2005. There you go. I remember a game against the Giants where.
now here's a liner to right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And now
Yeah.
this ball game is tied at 2-2. as soon as the Mariners scored, the Angels just answered right back. And yes, this is a bad Angels team, but with nothing to lose in September at this point and probably eliminated from the playoffs, now they just get to play spoiler. And that's what you're going to see in AL West division rivalry when you're out. The best thing you can do is just beat up the other team and take their playoff spots away.
And again, I think it's we're gonna have to ask that question too if they fail to make the playoffs again.
It could happen. It could still very much happen. The pitch, and that is
What
a strike.
happens?
But at the same time, what happens if they miss the playoffs? Then I think Dan Wilson may take the. Jerry's got to go, and Justin. You got to take Justin away too.
You got to take Justin away too. You got to clean house.
Theo Epstein and Joe Madden, and the 0-1. That is a strike.
You've been calling for Joe Madden, and I'm like, I'll take Theo Epstein for the win. But he's like, Joe Madden.
There's a reason why Mojo and I don't engage anymore, and I think they also made a joking comment at one time, going, "Oh yeah, there's fans wanting Joe Madden." I was like, "Yep, that was a strike on me."
Mojo.
The pitch, the Mojo boys. Mojo. They're the Mariners Mojo.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
As we're at 1-2 for the Mike Trout
Mariners Mojo, 2006. Hey now,
and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, another strikeout against Mike Trout, and that's going to retire the side. But the bad news is the Mariners do get, or the Angels get 2 runs, and we're going to play Immaculate Grid and pick a number.
Let's go 890.
Go 890. Here are your choices.
Oh. All right. Damn. Hold on.
I know it's tough.
What is tough? What is tough? Baby, don't hurt me. All right. So let's go. Former White Sox that played for the Rangers. We're going to go AJ Pierzynski.
That'll do.
Former White Sox that played for the Orioles. Let's go Steve Stone.
Pretty good.
All right. Former Red Sox that played for the Rangers. Let's go. How about Robbie Ross?
Of which
Former
one?
Red Sox that played for the Rangers.
That's a good one. You nailed that one.
Former Red Sox that played for the Orioles. Let's go Kevin Millar.
Kevin Millar.
White Sox that played first base. God, what was his?
And we are back from the break. You get one more guess.
Paul Konerko.
And the pitch, Paul Konerko. That's a good. I think that might hit you, that one. 18%. You get 431.
Is that good or bad?
That's like mid, maybe.
Mid, okay.
And a pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 2.
I will say that pulling out Steve Stone's name for my ass is pretty good.
Yeah. Robbie Ross was your best one.
Okay. It's pretty obscure.
Yeah. We're at 2-2. And now here's the pitch.
Paul
That is-
Konerko.
That is low for a ball.
Paul Konerko. And then it was, oh man, I wish I could finish that grid.
We're at 3-2 for Mitch Garver, the Garv sauce. And now the pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to third base. Easy play, throw to first in time.
How's the
And then-
season been this year?
For Mitch Garver,
Yeah.
better than last year, but it's still not saying much. And I don't even know if they'll even consider re-signing him, even on a cheap contract at this point. I just don't see it.
He was only on a 2-year deal to begin with, anyways. It wasn't a bad deal at the time. I think he was making 12 a season. Not bad.
And now here is Victor Robles up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball and fouled. And the frustrating part of this is I did not like that the Mariners just decided they called up Harry Ford great, but they haven't really used him. So at that point, they should have just played Miles Mastroboni. But I think they're just doing this based on on the possible injuries of Mitch Garver or Cal Raleigh. Now the pitch.
Could be.
And now here's a fly ball to not deep at all, going to center field. He makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs already.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of bringing up September call-ups and then just not using them. To me, I just never liked the idea.
It's a complete
I'd
waste.
rather keep him down in Tacoma and just let him play.
Yeah, exactly.
Tacoma.
And now here's the pitch to J.P. Crawford, and that is a strike.
Did you know that they have semi-pro Aussie rules football teams in Washington?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And now the pitch.
Until my brother texted me today and saying that he was at an Aussie rules football match, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Who plays Aussie rules in Tacoma?" Turns out, quite a bit of people. That's a little side note for you.
And now we're at
Who has got
0-2.
pitch this offseason?
And now the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, and that is going to be a base hit. Fair ball. It's going to go bouncing off, and now is Crawford going to second base?
He should.
He's on first base.
Damn. So Silu says Wu has got to develop another pitch this offseason, fastball after fastball after fastball.
Hmm.
I think his slider's pretty good. That should have been a double, though.
And now the pitch.
Oh, it
And
was a
that
double.
is low for a ball.
It was a double. He's on second base. How do you like them bananas?
No idea. I just had one.
You should.
And we
That's
got
what I'm saying. You
Silu.
should know. You should know because you just ate
It's
one.
okay. Now the 1-0 pitch, way outside for a ball. And by the way,
It's
J.P.
okay.
Crawford's in second base. I wonder if he stole the base. Wasn't paying attention. It's gonna be
No, he
2-0
got a
for
double.
Randy. Oh,
He
you got a double. What was I
Yeah.
thinking? It
I don't
was
know.
just the
You were
angle
thinking about
that threw me off.
You were thinking
Now
about
we're
the
at
banana.
2-0.
That's what you were thinking about.
Isn't that the not truth?
You were thinking about that banana. How good it was. You gotta love that banana. You know, you just peel it back and
3-0 pitch. Way inside, ball 4, take your base. The good news is we got man on first and second. Bad news is we have 2 outs. But with 2 outs, maybe Cal Raleigh's just go for the home run. But the pitching coach is going to tell him, just don't give him a strike. You can load the bases. It's okay. Julio sucks in the clutch anyway.
you were
That's
on
what
your
he's telling
phone,
him.
weren't you? You were on your phone, weren't you?
Aren't you too?
Hey man, you gotta check the Twitter feed, bud.
Yeah, I was checking for Harry Ford stuff.
Uh,
Cal Raleigh was hit by
oh
a pitch.
wow. Okay. So I got a lot to look forward to after this one. I got to finish watching the Sounders. Left at halftime, up 2-1.
South
Just checking
Korea
the old-
tied Mexico, and if only they just did not give up a stoppage time goal, that would have been 2 impressive victories against 2 top
Yeah.
American teams.
Well, one of them's a top American team. The other one's a top Mexican team. North American teams.
Now we've got Cal Raleigh up to the plate, and now here's the pitch. Way outside for a ball, and I don't think they're going to give him a strike. They're really trying to slow down Cal Raleigh. They don't want to be victims to a history.
Yeah, I don't blame them either. They're probably not going to give Cal anything to hit right here if they can.
No, they really haven't.
Is
And the
somebody
pitch.
holding up a sign that says calculator?
Yes.
Did I really just see that out there?
And it looks a lot, and I hate to say it, but the Ichi meter was a lot better and more time was put into it, let's just say.
By the way, I was never a fan of the Ichi meter either. I thought that was
You didn't like the Ichi? I like the Ichi meter. Whoa, up high for a ball 3-0.
No, I just didn't like the name. I thought it was kitschy, just like that's like a very Mariner thing to do, just like the Cal calculator.
I like the Ichi meter. Someone put time into it.
Yeah.
And we're at 3-0 now. The pitch, and that is a strike finally, and they get that is a strike. And now I think Ferris is.
So he's one away from the team record. Is that what's going on here?
He's one away from Mickey Mantle's record of 54 of most home runs by a switch hitter.
Wow.
And then after that, it's going to be about Ken Griffey Jr. and then 60, and then 63.
So if he hits one, he breaks it, right?
No, he ties the record.
Oh, okay.
And now we're at 3-1. Now the pitch, way outside, ball 4, and you knew that was happening. And that's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez with the bases loaded. He has 2 career Grand Slam home runs. He hasn't hit one since early in 2025 season against the Chicago White Sox.
So even if the Mariners fail to make the playoffs, he's still MVP, right? Cal's got to get the MVP. He definitely gets it if we make the playoffs, though. 100%.
He won't get it. They're just gonna throw it to Judge, I think.
Who's having the better year?
Look at batting average and everything. WC. I don't know the pitch, and that is a strike, and that was in the inside.
Yep.
Steve Liu, I would also say the same thing about Bryce Miller. He also has to develop another pitch. He is also very fastball dependent. As we're at 0-1 for Julio Rodriguez, the pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball foul. That was on a hanging curveball.
Let's find out. See what's good on the old stat machines here. So Cal Raleigh, 53 dongs.
Now we're at 0-2, and now the pitch. That was a kind of a pitch up, and that's going to be 1-2. I don't know. Judge's OPS and average and stuff are way higher. They may look at that and use that against Cal Raleigh, because all Cal Raleigh really has is he lives and dies by the home run, so that could be used against him too. As we're at 1-2 for Julio Rodriguez and the pitch, and that is going to be strike 3 called. Didn't even take a swing at it, and that is going to retire the side. The Mariners waste the inning with the bases loaded, and Julio Rodriguez just literally watched it. But he swung at a bad pitch at least.
Yeah, so it looks like Cal's got him in home runs and RBIs, but he's got more runs scored. And it looks like he's got a better BABIP. Looks like he's got a better OBP, better slugging, far better WRC plus, and he's a little bit he's a little ahead in WAR.
Didn't have a choice on that one.
Willie Mays. You could have went Willie McCovey.
I could have.
Ernie Banks. You could go Trevor Hoffman there too.
Oh, I got one.
You're going to use Tony Gwynn twice? Oh,
Tony Gwynn's son, yeah.
Tony Gwynn's son, yeah.
I wonder if Aramis Ramirez was on that team. Oh, but it was like 27%. I thought that'd be obscure.
Oh, yeah, good luck. Cubs, Giants, Royals, Giants, Brewers, Cubs,
These
Cubs,
are
Royals,
tough.
Padres,
These are bad combinations.
Hey,
Kansas
Steelers,
City.
so this team drives you up the wall? Yeah, that's why I kind of stopped watching.
Oh, you just had to. KC and San Diego. Casey and the Cubs, I thought I would know one. I don't know.
Oh, you know.
No. This is bad. And we are back from the break. And I quit. And you beat me. And now we are officially back from the break, going to the next pitch. And now here it is.
You could have went
That's foul ball.
for former Giants who played for the Royals. You could have went Mike Yastrzemski, traded to the Royals, and traded to the Royals this year. You could have went Jeremy Affeldt or Vida Blue.
Wouldn't have known. Now the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball.
You should have known Yaz. He just got traded.
And now we're at 0-2 on Moncada. And I have a very special announcement after this inning, too.
Oh, what is it? What is it, bud?
Why don't you? I'll give you like 3 guesses throughout this inning, and then you get to say yes or, and I'll just.
All right.
I'll just
Does
go
it
from
have
there.
anything to? Does it have anything to do with your charity work?
Unfortunately, no, but I wish.
Okay.
And
Does
now
it
we're
have
at 1
anything
and
to
2.
do- Does it have anything to do with tickets to a sporting event?
No, and that's gonna be swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's gonna be 1 out, and that's gonna be Taylor Ward up to the bat. Okay, I'll give you one more guess.
Yeah, hold on. Does it have anything to do with your channel regarding a special guest?
No.
Okay.
So I guess that's all 3, but I will announce it after this inning.
Do you have a new chick?
No.
Oh, okay. That would be a good announcement.
But I wouldn't have announced that. I'm too much of a low profile on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I am too. I wouldn't announce that either.
Like when never show all your cards, especially in the streaming world. But I remember when I had one back in 2014, when I had just been with her for like 2 months, my coworkers, when I was working at a bank, they're like, "Hey, Justin, do you love your girlfriend?" And I was like, "That's none of your business," because I wasn't even at that stage. And they just kept pushing and pushing it. And then here's Joe Adell.
I would have just told him, like, you know what, back off, dude. It's none of your business.
And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. So they just kept pushing and pushing. And then my big boss, he's like a big dude. He's like a size of a football player kind of boss. Don't upset him. He's like, "Hey, he said it was none of your business."
It's none of your business.
I still talk to that guy to this day.
That's cool. Yeah, especially if it was like a coworker you were dating.
Wasn't a coworker.
That it was really nobody's business.
Yeah. Never do that. It's a very dangerous territory.
I know.
And if you do, you better quit your job or convince her to quit her job. And now the pitch, that's low for a ball.
Oh, yeah, dude. There's a reason why I haven't done that in quite a long time. Yeah. It never ends well.
It's very dangerous. Unless you have like a huge plan.
Is Dave Valley in the Dave Valley?
That was the great Dave Valley.
Is that Val?
And now the pitch. Yes, it is. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
I've always been a Val guy. I think there was Hendu was a little bit before my time, but I will say that I do remember the Kingdom Bar was giving away beers based on Valley's batting average.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like there was a time where Val was hitting under 200, and so the Kingdom Bar was giving away beers for like $1.80.
Dave Valley was the catcher before Dan Wilson for the Mariners.
Yeah. So he broke through.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. And after the story, I'll tell you the exciting announcement.
And he needs to develop a second pitch. Got it. So the interesting thing, though, was like he broke through with Scott Bradley, because Scott Bradley was behind the plate too. And initially they were kind of sharing time, but eventually Val won that job. All right. Don't leave me in suspense, man. Let's not talk about the labor. Just show me the baby. What's the announcement?
No, that kind of announcement. Well, I play fantasy women's basketball on top of all the other fantasy sports I play. And I finally won my first championship. That's my team, the Me Bounds.
The Me Bounds. That's the name of your team, Me Bounds.
Because I have.
Yeah, I see that.
Wait, hold on.
So let me. Who's your team?
That,
Okay, Angel Reese. You have Angel
Yeah.
Reese benched.
well, because she's injured. So here are my players. I have Kelsey Plum, Paige Beckers,
Bukers. Yeah,
Mikhail
Paige Beckers.
Jones, Azura Stevens, Janelle Saloon, Jackie Young, Courtney Williams, Naz Hillman, Marina Mabry, Angel Reese,
got,
and I had Caitlin
who's,
Clark too.
Yeah, I was gonna say who has Caitlin.
I did, but I had to drop her because she said she was out for the season.
You dropped
And I-
Caitlin Clark. You
'Cause
dropped
she was out-
Caitlin Clark.
Out for the season.
Obviously, she wasn't out for the season.
She was.
Or is is the season over?
Almost.
Okay. What
So the
what do you
season
mean
was
she's
already-
out for the season? What
like
do
she
you mean
was
she's out for the
injured.
season? Oh, okay. I thought she
And
came back.
But the crazy thing was I barely had Caitlin Clark and I still won.
I thought she got hurt, but then came back. Did she get hurt
did
again?
yes.
Oh,
Because she gets beat up a lot in the WNBA. They really go after her, and now the pitch to Polanco, and
she
that's a
needs
strike.
to. I bet you she bulks up this offseason too.
I think she's gonna have a start a little bit of a fire too. Maybe have like some little
Yeah.
trash talking. Hey, back off, punk!
I heard they fired the WN.
No, here's a
WNBA.
fly ball, belted the deep left, fouled.
I heard they fired the commissioner, WNBA commissioner. She got fired.
Why? Because of the mistreatment of Caitlin Clark or something? Or she's just bad
I
at
don't
her
know.
job.
Yeah, that could be that too.
I mean, if you think about it, and WNBA commissioners, that job is where people's careers go to you know where. Swing and a miss, strike three. Because think about it, it has a very high turnover rate because it's a business that can constantly loses money. It's honestly just a nonprofit organization for the NBA at this point.
Oh, okay.
And
so
if you're not
apparently she didn't get fired. Those rumors were false. Okay.
But it is a tough job to have because you're expected in some ways, with your backs against the wall, you're expected to help make the league make money when it literally doesn't make money. It has never made money
and that's
since the inception.
That's the reason why they should have embraced Caitlin right from the jump, right? That's your golden goose. That's your MJ, right? That's the girl that transcends sport, right? And instead of that, they're just letting her twist in the wind.
And I watched Angel Reese play.
She's terrible.
She's great at rebounds. Sure, I'll give her that. But other than that, she has no handles. She's got no feet work. She's
terrible.
She's bad. I watched her play a couple weeks ago. It was unwatchable.
Well, the funny thing though is that playing at LSU in the SEC for women's basketball outside of Tennessee, the rest of the SEC for women's basketball is absolute trash. So she could dominate down there, and she did. But then you go from a league that doesn't necessarily have a lot of talent to the WNBA where everyone's got talent.
Did he go? He did go. That's gonna be strike three, and that's gonna be 2 outs. Angel, did she really do that? She requested a trade.
Yeah, she requested a trade.
And no other teams were interested.
Yep. Oh yeah, he did go too. 100% anyway.
All I can say is this. The players that keep saying that Angel Reese she doesn't get the attention because of blah, 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 which I'm not going to say it on the mic.
No, that's false.
They don't even watch basketball. That's all I'm going to say.
Correct.
They don't watch basketball. Correct. And the people that are considered the haters of WNBA, we actually do watch the WNBA like me. And I'm like, I watched her play and she's unwatchable.
Well, the funny thing is like those that are suggesting that it has other things to do than basketball, just remember that the WNBA leaned heavy into, progressive, things.
Forward
and
thinking things. Let's just
yeah,
say.
They really
1-1.
leaned hard into it, right? And so you can't necessarily say that when they celebrate, LGBTQ type causes, right? And they also celebrate, uh, all those other causes. I'll say other causes, right? So you can't sit there and say that Angel is being, is being targeted for things that have nothing to do with basketball. It's
No,
absolutely
I watched. Yeah, I watch her, and it's like, and now
She's
here's
bad.
the 1-2. Swing and a miss,
bad.
strike 3, another strikeout, and that's going to retire the side. But yeah, like, and hopefully YouTube doesn't kick my butt. But
I saw a early season basketball game between the Fever and the Sky, and it was like seriously from a Chicago Sky standpoint, it was unwatchable. They were such a bad team.
yeah,
Angel Reese, and Angel Reese did not play well.
But she flopped, and then Caitlin Clark's
Yeah.
like, whatever, and then she embarrassed Angel Reese. And no, but I watched the Storm game because I was really excited. I was like, hey, maybe it'll be fun to watch Angel Reese get those rebounds. But the way she got the rebounds was like, it was like off of tipped things from another person.
Did the Storm beat them? I would probably assume the Storm beat them.
They embarrassed them.
How did the Storm do this year?
They had a good start, and then they basically limped into the playoffs, from what I heard. But I gotta see if they did make the playoffs. Did the Storm make the playoffs?
I wonder if
they did make the playoffs, but just at the skin of their teeth.
Let's find out what's going on here. So the Atlanta Dream won the Eastern Conference, and then of course the Liberty finished second. By the way, didn't a former Storm player go to the Liberty? Was that Kelsey?
Brianna Stewart.
Yeah, she was kind of nice.
Man, look at the Switch always making fun of me.
And then of course you have the Indiana Fever, and then the Minnesota Lynx and the Las Vegas Aces. And there's the Storm as the 7th seed with the Valkyries as the 8th seed, huh?
Valkyries are the expansion team of Golden State. And speak of Golden State, bad news for Sonics fans. Adam Silver says, yeah, we're still talking about it, but I got nothing to tell you. And then he goes out and says, oh, yeah, well, much of our content is free. We have the highlights for free, but that's not what the fans want. Fans want to watch a whole dang game.
Right.
And then Adam Silver's like, well, you can just watch the highlights for free as long as you have internet. Like, how much more condescending could this guy be?
Yeah, listen, I'm just waiting until they announce expansion. Outside of that, I haven't watched an NBA game.
I don't know if they're going to. I think Adam Silver's going to be the one that says, hey, Seattle, you're great, but no, we can't do it at this time. We just don't have the time and the bandwidth for it. Oh, but let's go to Europe and Mexico. Okay, that sounds good.
So Silu says this team needs to build well-rounded offense. We've been saying that for years. This is all or nothing, either ice cold or red hot stuff that's exhausting. It's been this way the entire Dipoto era has been at the helm and built.
Now here's the ground ball foul. I mean, I noticed the vibe when the Oklahoma City Thunder won. The only ones that expressed their disappointment were like really super diehard Sonics fans, but the general like Seattle fan base, they didn't really care.
No, dude, it was like. By the way, I don't even think that I don't think there was much bandwidth for the NBA championship in Seattle this year. I don't know. I haven't seen the TV numbers.
Like if it was,
so I wouldn't know, but
if it was 2012, and it would have been. A lot of people would have been like upset because it was more recent. It was hurting, but now
we're so far removed from.
Now here's a fly ball to right field and foul. And like when I went to the Lenny Wilkens. When I went to the Lenny Wilkens statue unveiling, most of the fan base I saw were Gen X to baby boomers. There was barely any millennials and almost like one Gen Z person. Right.
It's guys that are in my age bracket that that definitely remember the Sonics in the late 80s and the 90s and in the early 2000s. But anybody that was if anybody
swing and a miss, strike 3.
Anybody that was born in 99 or 2000 or above, they didn't grow up with the Sonics.
They didn't have a meaningful memory with them. Like
Correct.
I did for sure. But and also even people at my age, because cost of living is just too high in Washington, most of them don't even live in the state anymore for the most part. At least the ones that I know, they moved on to like Texas and Arizona and just
Correct.
anywhere. And
Correct.
couple I know of don't even live in the country. They all moved. Some have just moved on being American.
Well, the interesting thing is, like, I moved to Michigan a few years back, and I was going to check out the Pistons because I was kind of hoping that maybe
Outside for a ball.
there might be some residual bad boy vibe still left in Detroit. But I went to one game and I was like, oh, dude, this is unwatchable. This is unwatchable basketball.
NBA is unwatchable as we're at 1-1 in the pitch and a swing and a miss strike too. And yet I am trying to commit myself to at least one NBA game per week on live streaming. And I have a feeling that I'm going to regret it.
Flick the Switch is only 12 years old. Jesus.
I find that hard to believe.
I find that hard to believe.
Then I'm 9.
Yeah, I'm 13.
So we're at 1-2 for Davison. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball.
Yeah, I just find that hard to believe.
I guess we'll see what he says.
But crazier things have happened, I will say. Yeah, I would love if the green and gold came back, but I'm not holding my breath at this point.
We're at 2-2. The pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. He was born in 1969.
69. There you go.
He's a Gen X. He's a pure Gen X.
Yep. The
2-2 for Davison. And the pitch. Low for a ball, and that's going to be 3-2.
I would love it. I would love it if this team found a way into the playoffs. That would be nice. I think
we all need it.
I think that something special happens when the Mariners are in the playoffs.
3-2. Now here's a ground ball right to the second baseman. Throw to first in time. It's a different vibe.
It's a different vibe between the when the Seahawks make the playoffs, that type of thing. It's just a different atmosphere, but it's a better atmosphere, I actually think.
Are you talking? If look at the switch, are you talking about the Gen Beta generation that just got named this year? Because before that, it was the Gen Alpha. Gen Z is pretty much already getting to that age.
What's Gen Beta?
2025 and beyond.
That are born in 2025?
Yes. They're calling it the Jones generation.
Is that like after Jerry Jones?
I don't know. Now I want to look up the generation before the greatest generation.
Yeah, it sounds like a load of crap to me too.
And the 1-0. And that is a strike.
Good pitch right there. Before Boomer and X.
Oh, before the greatest generation, it was called the Lost Generation. That's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Now we're at 1-1, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. But yeah, it was greatest. First, it was the Lost Generation, greatest generation, and then the.
Oh, I see.
Oh, between Boomer and Gen X. Oh, that's the Gen Y generation. No, wait, there's in between the Jones gen. I didn't even know that.
Oh, I see. So the Lost Generation is the generation of people, particularly American writers and artists, who came of age during and after World War I, experiencing disillusion, loss of traditional values, and a sense of spiritual alienation. And by the way, that was also the generation that had to deal with the post-war disillusionment, and also they came of age during the Great Depression. Damn.
54 and 65, they're considered a Jones generation. Interesting.
Yeah, because the baby boomers was like from 1945 to 1955, I think, or 54. It was when all the GIs came back from war after World War II and just started just knocking them out left and right.
Can you blame him? Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, dude. I would be, dude, coming back and surviving war. Oh, dude, I'd be making babies till the cows come home.
We're at 3-2 for Guzman, and now here's the pitch, and that's gonna be popped up and fouled.
It's listed as a micro generation. I don't like the term micro anything, except for machines.
Well, maybe there will be the generation. Will it be where that will be there'll be the Skynet generation? That could happen as we're at 3-2, and now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's gonna retire the side. A good inning for Brian Wu. He actually has, he has 9 strikeouts in this game, and it's only the 4th inning.
All right, so let's see. All right.
Well, while you're looking things up, then I'm going to play this. And this is going to drive Flick of the Switch nuts.
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month. Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports, as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this.
It'll be my fantasy. I already told you my fantasy football content, my softball content, and speak of, I pitched a shutout in yesterday's softball game, but it was okay. So I have a tournament on October 4th. It's going to be an all-day tournament. It's going to be like 2 to 3 steps ahead of my church league. The league I was in, that my friends wanted me to play, it was like barely a step above the church league, and I shut them out, and all of my quote bad pop-up hits were like routine fly balls. Like the ones that were like, I hit like a home run that I hit would have been a routine fly ball in the Tacoma League or the Tacoma tournament. Pitched to Garver, and that is a strike. So in Major League Baseball, that would have been like me playing AA or A+. That's how much I dominated. Is monthly fee negotiable? Sorry, I can't do that, because if I have to do that to you, then I have to do that for everyone else. So it's not fair to them. Sorry.
Okay. Hey, so I do have a list of generations here if you're interested. So
After
from,
the city. And now here's a fly ball popped up, and that's gonna be caught by the center fielder. That really hurts.
Fly ball caught.
Yeah.
So you're dominating softball, huh?
Well, it was just the league that I was just filling in for a game because their pitcher was out. So they're like, oh yeah, you can pitch. So I did, and won the 2 doubleheaders, and won the doubleheader, and one of them was like a pure shutout. Like they were just like, we just embarrassed them.
A pure shutout.
and actually,
nasty.
a player got ejected from the first game.
That's hardcore. I love it though.
For arguing with the
balls.
umpire.
Arguing balls and strikes.
He was, as we're at the 1-0, and that's going to be a foul ball.
That's awesome. Hardcore softball.
And me, I'm like someone that's like, just play the damn game. And then there was a player of mine, a teammate of mine. She was like trying to argue with the umpire, and I had to restrain her, going, "No, just focus on the game. I don't care." On the pitch, foul ball. Like one time in my championship game, I may have already said this. It was a full count. We were down like I think like 1 or 2, and it was 2 outs. There are teams that are just that bad, and we're at 1-2 for Victor Robles.
Let's go, Victor.
And the pitch. and he check swings, and that's going to be a foul ball. Weird check swing. So the umpire took like 2 extra seconds to make the call. It should have been a strike, but he called it a ball, and he was very hesitant about it. And then we gave up like a ton of runs. And then one of my teammates tried to argue with the umpire, and I even still said, no, get back in the dugout. Yes, he screwed me over, but let's just focus. Because she was one of my best female players, and I didn't want to lose her during a championship game. I was like, let's just let it go.
That's funny.
But it was
he said, dude, it's slow pitch. How is it not everyone dominating?
there are people that are playing that have never played softball, and yeah, of course I'm gonna kick their butts. Now here's
That's
JP
pretty
Crawford,
funny.
the pitch.
That's
That
pretty
is
funny,
a
dude.
strike. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Oh man. So this game is kind of lost a little bit excitement a little bit. We're still waiting for a breakthrough here.
Which is absolutely needed as we're at 0-1, and all these games have just been way too close throughout this entire week. Not a dominating victory that we have seen since Atlanta. And now the 1-1 pitch, way outside for a ball, and that's going to be 2-1. And I could really use Josh once you're out at 11:30 your time to pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball.
Who's Josh?
My Houston friend.
Oh yes, Josh. What's up with Josh, man? What's he up to?
I don't know, same old, but he was in every single one of my shows in that week. As we're at 2-2, the pitch. That's gonna be.
He's around. He's around for the Houston series.
Oh, you would think. Like I feel like
Yeah.
dibs. Even before Jay Trident, he still has dibs.
Mm.
And now we're at
Jay
3-2.
Trident's a good guy.
The pitch. Now here's a fly ball belted the deep right field, and that is gone. A home run for JP Crawford. The Mariners take the lead, make that his 10th home run of the season. It is now the Mariners 3 and the Angels 2. And as soon as we were falling asleep, JP Crawford gave us a nice cup of coffee, and they take the lead, and that is exactly what they needed.
And flick of the switch just missed it, man. He went to go grab a snack and go watch the fight. He just missed it, man.
Well, he's missing
By the
this
way-
kind of fight.
By the way, that was actually a good piece of hitting right there too.
It was a
I
nice,
love it
beautiful.
when JP. I love it when JP goes yard. It's like the aurora borealis. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's a nice little moonshot across the sky. See what I did?
Yeah. Just like Ichiro, like when he hits a home run, it is like a moonshot. And we're at 0-1 and the pitch. And it proves that he does have power. He just didn't want to because he loved base running so much.
I never believed that BS. Dude,
You
that
don't
dude,
think he's
that
a power
dude,
hitter?
No, Ichiro? No.
I thought
Look at this
he could be a power hitter.
Look at his frame, dude. He was like
So?
115
Griffey
pounds
was
soaking wet.
Griffey was a twig too.
No, he was not, dude. Griffey was a foot taller, and he was like at least 75
A foot
pounds
taller.
bigger.
Come on.
Yeah.
We're at 1-2. The pitch low for a ball.
Dude, that boy was 115 pounds soaking wet, and I never believed the narrative because I remember that conversation too back in the day, where he would be launching these pitches during batting practice. It's like, yeah, dude, it's batting practice, of course, dude. I can hit it out of T-Mobile with batting practice, but that being said, it's like against live major league pitching, no, Ichiro.
Okay, you want to go to T-Mobile Park with me, or at least go to a park where it has the dimensions?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do
Okay,
that. Batting practice.
We'll figure out a time. Now the 2-2.
The crazy thing though is that it's like I remember when they dropped Ichiro to the 3-hole.
Third spot in 2012.
They dropped him. They dropped into the 3-hole. And that was like everybody's like, all right, let's see it now. And then of course, no, he didn't.
He was
didn't
like
hit
40
third
years
spots.
old. Another 3-2.
Yeah.
And strike 3
Oh.
called, and Randy Rosarena could not believe it, and that's going to retire the side.
Now, granted, that 2012 season, actually, he was traded in 2011, so I had to have been.
He was traded in 2012 in the middle to the
Okay.
Yankees.
I thought it was 2011.
No.
Doesn't matter anyway. But by the way, that was a bad offense anyway. So he for the most part he got pitched around.
They tried Sean Figgins, Justin Ackley, and Ichiro because they wanted to give Sean Figgins a role. Oops, nope, didn't work.
Chone. I remember when Shawnee Figgins got signed and Mariner fans were hyped. They're like, "Oh, we finally got it. They finally got a table setter. We finally got a table setter." And then, nope.
Were you excited at the time? Because I unfortunately was.
That was not.
Who should they have gone for in 2010 then? And they didn't even re-sign Russell Brandon. They signed him when it was like too little, too late, or they traded for him when it was like way too little, too late. Russell the Muscle Brandon. He had a great year in 2009.
Let's see. The 20. So we had. Let's see. Tug Hewlett was available. Doug Davis, Dwayne Wise was available.
Mike Cameron was available.
Yep. Ryan Nolan Smith. Jeff Suppan. That's a good question. There really wasn't anybody. That was really not a good free agent year.
So it wasn't the year to buy.
Scott Pacetic.
He was old by that time, I think.
All right, so here's the list of the generations. You ready for this now?
So let's go.
All right, from 1871 to 1889, they were considered the New Worlders. From 1890 to 1908, the Hard Timers. Then from 1909 to 1928, the Good Warriors, also known as the Silent Generation. 1925 to 1945, the Lucky Few. 46 to 64, Baby Boomers. 65 to 82, Gen X. 82 to 2001, the New Boomers.
New Boomers?
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm a new boomer?
And then 1996 to present, Gen Z, iGen, Centennials, Millennials, and then whatever we're calling them these days.
Nothing makes sense.
Okay, see no faces in the house.
Yep,
What's
the
up,
Thunder
bud?
Man. The Thunder Man.
What's good, Holmes? Yeah, but now that I think about it, the 2010 MLB free agency was didn't necessarily look all that great.
Okay, new boomer. He does reject the Fritz. As now we're at 1-2, and now here's the pitch, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. And where is this going to go? Is Cal Raleigh going to make that play? And he doesn't make the catch. He lost track of it, hit the dugout.
Well, okay, so here are the top ones, right? So it was Matt Holliday was available. Jason Bay was also available.
He wasn't that good, but I think he was done by that time.
Obviously, we got Chone Figgins. Andy Pettit was available.
I should have got him.
Marco Scutero was available. Beltre was available.
But he was already leaving.
Yeah, Mike Cameron, Johnny Damon was available.
Should have gotten Damon.
Miguel Tejada.
And strike three, by the way. Oh, Miguel. Well, he was old.
Nick Johnson was available. Marlon Byrd. Vlad Guerrero was available.
Oh, we could have gotten Vlad for a year.
Mm-hmm. Eric Bedard was available.
Well, he was gone.
Hideki Matsui was available. I remember.
Should have got him.
There were talks about Matsui coming here.
Well, in 2003, wasn't there? In the pitch.
Say it again.
Swing and a miss. Jason Bay era. The 2013 season. That was a depressing season.
Lay off Jay Bay. Jay Bay was dope when he was with the Pirates.
We're at 0-1 for Bryce. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
So we're in the fifth now, and the Mariners are clean.
Brian Wu is on 10 strikeouts right now as we're at 0-2.
He's really settled down after the Angels scored 2 to tie.
They did. Now it looks like he's locked on for now. And now the pitch.
Yep.
Now here's going to be a ground ball right to good vibes only. Throw to first, and that is in time to make it 2 outs.
Is that what you call them? Good vibes only?
All right, guys. Good vibes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.
That
Fair
never
enough.
gets old.
And it looks like Brian Wu is wearing. Looks like Wu is kind of wearing OKC colors on his shoes, on his cleats.
Brian Wu's wearing OKC. That's weird because he's a. Oh yeah, well, I don't think it's directly OKC, but I get what you mean. The pitch,
Yeah.
and now here's a fly ball, and that's gonna be Julio. He makes
or Miami Dolphins colored shoes, cleats.
maybe, but I'll be able to think better once I go to the bathroom.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki tiki with barbecue chicken. Put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is gonna be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
By the way, that tiki pizza looks pretty goddamn good. By the way, I'm kind of feeling that. I don't know about that half and half pizza looked really goddamn good. It's what a tiki
It was a
tiki pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really good, bud.
And speak of the pizza place, I think I've told you that I'm actually not there anymore.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
You were
because
You were
I was,
delivering
but then
pizzas,
that's the thing about delivery. Like my car, the tires just wore out, and it only took a year because electric cars, their tires
Sure.
wear out fast. So as soon as I replaced the tires, and of course it was very pricey, I was like, "Hey man, I can't. I just can't. I can't do
Okay.
it." So we came to like a mutual agreement. It was like, okay, yeah, cool. But we are still friends, and I still use his location as a
So-
fantasy
What-
fantasy sports drafting hub.
That's pretty cool, though. So number one, what's the electric car?
Tesla. And now here's a blooper, and that will drop in for a base hit, and Cal Raleigh gets on base for the second time today.
I can see why you didn't want to continue to deliver pizzas, right? Because yeah, you're absolutely right. Those tires are probably expensive. They're no flats, right?
They were Michelin's. I'm not good at the
Oh.
tire identification.
Well, no, right? Because I think that at least all new EVs coming from at least the American side are equipped with no flats, right? But that being said, yeah, they're especially on EV vehicles. Yeah, I can totally dig why you just decided to call it quits. But how's the relationship as far as the ads and things like that? The
Still
channels and stuff?
ongoing. He's still
There you go.
he's still saying, yeah, just push it out. Even if it's one customer and it takes a long time, he still wants his name out there through me.
That's good, man. That's good. But yeah, that
And-
tiki taka chicken tiki marsala pizza looks really good.
It is excellent. And we're at 1-1 now. The pitch up high for a ball. He also does burgers and Mexican food too. And he does have dreams to expand his future empire of the future to different places.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, a good burger goes a long way.
And I'll show it to you. The pitch low for a ball, 3-1 after this, of course. Or hopefully the Mariners will score a lot more runs by the time I show that commercial. As we're at 3-1 for Julio Rodriguez. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field. Is that going to drop in and fouled?
So what is it? Ferris? Looks like Ferris is still going strong too. The Mariners just haven't been able to knock him out of the game yet. I thought for sure this dude wouldn't last 3 innings.
Now we're at 3-2 for
it
Julio
was-
Rodriguez. Ferris is on 79 pitches. I'm pretty sure Brian Wu is a bit more efficient than that. But Ferris has been able to hold his ground for at least somewhat.
For
As
sure.
we're at 3-2.
Bueller.
And now the pitch. Outside for ball 4, take your base. Now we got runners on first and second with
There
still
we
nobody
go.
out. And now we got Jorge Polanco, who is the Mr. Runners and Scoring Position man.
Bueller. No, not that
And-
Ferris.
And now we've got the pitching coach coming out, and he's going to talk to Ferris, and he's going to be like, I don't know what he's going to say. I would say something like, oh, he stinks.
Bueller.
Just don't worry about it. It's all good.
Bueller.
I don't know.
Ferris Bueller.
I noticed that there's a police officer in the bullpen for good reason, because the fans could
Oh, yeah.
literally see these players by point blank. Without the police
Oh,
officers,
yeah.
there'll be a bunch of hecklers.
Well, I'm sure there's still hecklers, right? I would just assume that the police officer is there to make sure that the personal safety of said ball players will not be interrupted. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because they have to focus, like, as much as this is a place of entertainment, it's also a place of business for these baseball players.
That's exactly right.
Like, honestly, sometimes, like, when I was playing softball yesterday, there were these 3 like college kids that I think they were part of the group, or they were just part of a circle of one of my teammates. I think one of them was like, I don't know, but they were like cheering, and they were saying, not your average Joe, clap, clap, clap. So that was pretty cool. But it was sometimes there's times where I'm like, I'm not there to like please fans. I'm there to like win a game.
Sure.
So sometimes
Sure.
it's distracting. Like, I won't say no to them like cheering for me, but I'll be like, I'm just in the zone.
I
And
wonder when the last time somebody came over the fence at T-Mobile and ran on the field. I wonder when the last time that happened.
It hasn't happened on my live streaming history, and that's a strike. Well, I've seen him in action. I've seen it twice. And I would think that the ones who do that, they were probably just drunk out of their minds, and they just
For
didn't even
sure.
think.
For sure.
And deep down, they probably, I would think, regretted it.
I would probably assume too. Yeah, you're going to get arrested for disorderly.
Do you know how long you're in prison or jail for if you do something like that?
Probably a night.
Oh, it's gonna be 3-1. So you just basically have a night, and the next day you're like, all right, have a good day. Bye. Don't do it again. Ball 4, take your base. How long are you in jail if you run on the baseball field? There's no set jail time, but there are fines that could be from $250 to $1,000. Could do community service.
Yeah, you're not going to stay in jail.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like, they'll probably just detain you, and then
Here it is right here. The last documented time a fan ran onto the field at T-Mobile Park was on June 1st, 2023, when a man ran onto the field during the 10th inning of a Mariners-Yankee game, but was apprehended by security after being chased. There you go. June 1st, 2023.
And by the way, we're on commercial break right now because they're bringing in the bullpen to go up against Eugenio Suarez, and I would imagine that they're probably bringing in the right-hander rather than using a left-hander. So they're probably going with a matchup game on this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, that's the thing about matchups. Like, sometimes they do work, but but there are times where let's say this. Like, sometimes
the Scott Service lefty on lefty, right?
Didn't work.
He did it all the time, and it never worked.
Well, how about this? Let's pull like Dom Canzone, who's actually doing pretty okay. But then just because they bring in a lefty, they're like, oh yeah, let's put in Mitch Garver, who's hitting like nothing. That makes no sense.
Right.
But they're like, oh, but he's a right-hander. He does okay. He has 10 points above on batting average. No, I'd rather roll the dice with Dom Canzone.
Robbie Ray versus
Yordan
Yordan
Alvarez.
Alvarez in the playoffs in October of 2022. And by the way, had I think he was pulled. I think it was Sewald that was pulled, wasn't it?
It was Sewald after a base hit by Jeremy Pena, and I was like, let him still finish it.
Right. And if Sewald gets Yordan, it's over, right?
It's over because it was on 2 outs.
It's over. And by the way, it changes the entire complexity of that postseason series, right?
And here's
Robbie
the thing,
Ray,
but Robbie Ray, yeah.
Yeah, but Robbie Ray comes in, they give up the dinger, and everything just all the air just goes right out of the bubble for the Mariners. And that's the series.
And it's gonna be a right-hander. It's gonna be Chase Stillseth, if I even said that right.
Oh no! By the way,
and the pitch, Game 3.
It was an 18-inning affair where the Mariners couldn't push across the run.
Nope. Carlos Santana was the closest to get to second base. And now here is
Carlos Santana.
Suarez, 1-0 count. And now here's the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. Yeah, and here's the thing. Even if Sewald was stayed in and gave up the home run to Yordan, we probably would have accepted it more gracefully than the Robbie Ray decision. Because at least we had the best situation.
Correct. And you had your best high leverage reliever on the hill
1-1
where you actually
inside for a ball. And I think that was a foul ball actually.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, there is a time to play the matchups. 100%. There is a time. But if that's your fail safe and that's your fallback, chances are your opponent knows what your fallback is and they're going to adjust. And that was the problem with Scotty Service. And depending on, Dan Wilson, it looks like Dan Wilson isn't necessarily
swing and a miss or swing and a foul back. Dan Wilson's not doing much better than Scott Service. They're basically the same guys, except I think the team responds better to Dan Wilson. They say Dan Wilson's more of a clubhouse guy, but I guess Scott Service is more of a one-on-one kind of guy, which is why I think Scott Service could have been great as a bench coach. The pitch and strike three called, and he knew it.
Well, Danny obviously was a player, so of course he's kind of a clubhouse guy.
Oh my goodness.
So Carlos Manuel Justo Puello says Pon el juego.
Oh my goodness. I just saw this tweet. Oh my gosh. It's not that big of a deal, but it's kind of like, wow. I'm trying to.
Oh, put the game. Okay.
As we're at Josh Naylor.
What was the tweet?
And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is a strike. Well, the game's kind of a bit too intense right now to really bring it up.
Well, put it in the private chat.
Nah. Oh. No. As we're at 0-1.
Well, you can't say
here's the
you
pitch.
saw a tweet and then not talk about it. All right, that ball's all the way.
Well, so Dodgers pitcher wears a hat.
Okay.
He had a little bit of writing, something related to September 10th. That's what I'm going to say. And then they just happened to lose the game. And this fan just lost his you-know-what and said, that was the reason we lost this game. As we're at 0-2. And then he tried to backtrack and go, no, I was just calling out the pitcher itself. But he took the picture of and put it close up. You can't backtrack that.
That's so dumb.
And now the 0-2. And that's going to be foul ball. It's on the outside. That's all I'm really going to say. I don't want anything else more to say. It's just one of those things where I'm like, wow. It There's no curses in baseball. Like, just like there's no crying in baseball. Are you saying there's curses? There's no curses in baseball. We're at 0-2 for
There's
Josh
no
Naylor, the
curses
pitch.
in baseball.
Like the Chicago Cubs, they weren't cursed, or the Red Sox, they weren't cursed. It was a mixture of bad management run, the fact that you couldn't make it to a World Series unless you were a top 2 team in baseball until 1970. So there was a lot of that. So maybe had there been divisional runs from day one, then the curse wouldn't have ever happened. They would have won the World Series earlier. The pitch, foul ball. Like if you had a division series back in 1932, then there would have been more chances. But also another reason why they had to expand, they didn't do that because there weren't enough teams back then because the league was so small. So back then, having the 2 best teams in baseball, one in each league, it was more acceptable because league was just too dang small.
Right.
And now
and
the
so
pitch.
the team that finished the end of the regular season won the pennant, and both teams played in the World Series. And it wasn't until expansion. In 1969 where you had I guess you can say the modern day MLB playoffs, where you actually had, the winner of the 2 divisions would meet for the LCS. And then of course that winner would
0-2. And
play in the World
what is
Series.
and Josh Naylor is just reaching everything. He's like starting to swing everything outside the box. And in 1932, there were 16 baseball teams, so I can understand why there was only so much World Series you can play.
Sure.
But then once you get to 20s and 30s, then you kind of want to have a
and it was
going.
Right. But then it was also at that point in time there was no teams west of the Mississippi, so it was all played in the East.
Yeah, so you had to account to they just didn't want to fly out there kind of thing to an extent.
Well, but also those were the days where we didn't even have airplanes yet, right? So you had to take a train.
Yeah, and that would have been just too much.
Yeah, trying to take a train out west, right? That's why they barnstormed in the off season.
And now the 0-2.
And
that's going to be popped up and fouled again. And they're trying to pitch outside of Josh Naylor's strike zone, but he's still swinging at them.
Yep.
As now we're at 0-2 on Naylor.
Who's the better Naylor, Josh or Bo?
I think as of now, Josh, but Bo's a young guy.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
As we're at 0-2 on Naylor again. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. And by the way, the bases are loaded with 1 out. And there was bases loaded with no outs. And I should have asked, what can possibly go wrong?
Well, I shall tell you. What's actually happening right now. That's what could go wrong. The Mariners find their way out of this without a run.
And now the 1-2 pitch, outside pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that will get right through for a base hit. Here comes Cal Raleigh. Julio should be scoring. The throw to the plate is cut off, and Julio scores as well. And now it's a 5-2 ball game on a Josh Naylor 2-man, 2 RBI single.
Yeah, a 1-out, 2 RBI single. Yeah. And the Mariners now lead 5-2. Good piece of hitting right there by Naylor. Considering it was
hitting too.
Yeah, considering that he fouled off 6 in a row and then took a ball and then finally put one right through the first and second baseman right there, right into right field. Good piece of hitting right there for Naylor.
Yeah. And numbers actually back up that Josh Naylor is a great fit for T-Mobile Park. He says he loves T-Mobile, so please let's lock this guy up. The pitch. And that is a strike. I mean, if someone already says, I like playing in T-Mobile Park, lock him up. Give him that extension.
Here's the Garv sauce, yeah.
Mitch Garver, why?
And by the way, it's like we need a first baseman too, a capable and competent first base. You see it and the Mariners have wanted him for 3 years now.
Yep, and it used to be Ty France, and now they got what they want. It's crazy to think that the Mariners started this season basically without a first baseman and
a third baseman. And
I remember watching Jorge Polanco in spring training and playing third base. I was like, this is not going to work. The pitch.
Nope.
And that's going to be popped up, and that's not going to be enough to bring him home. And that is going to be making the catch and throw to first in time. And Josh Naylor actually was out. He was out a bit too far. That's
Joshy.
gonna be a double play.
Yeah, didn't we start the season with Miles Masterboni at third?
No, it's Jorge Polanco.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Masterboni that played third.
Yeah, if Polanco was playing DH because they didn't want to
Okay.
further his injuries. And I'm gonna eat a quick little salad, so please.
I'll tell you what.
Excuse me.
I'll RPG. I will tell you what Naylor's doing. Getting doubled off at first base. That's what he's doing.
I'll just be right here eating because I had a fan criticize me for eating on the show. He's like, "That's gross," and he's like, "You know what? Okay, fine, I'll listen to you." So this is what I'm doing.
Hey, by the way, Joe, just go ahead and eat on camera. It's not that big of a deal. Let the haters hate. There you go. There you go. So, how about those Mets? So,
How about those Mets?
and we're back. As Joe over there is still eating, and you get a nice little look at his, his bobblehead collection right behind, and of course he's got the Darth Vader. It's a nice little setup you got back there.
Mm-hmm.
As as we're wasting time here between innings, and of course the Mariners now have a 3-run lead as a nice little clutch 1-out 2 RBI single there by Mr. Naylor.
84
Kinda
pitches
nice.
for Wu going into the 6th inning. That's kind of it's a bit steep. And Naylor was like Naylor went all the way to second base, but knowing that the ball was in the air for
Yeah.
too long, I would have at least went halfway or maybe a quarter.
Yeah, he thought it was going to drop for a base hit right there.
I didn't think it was going to drop. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to drop either.
in softball, that would have dropped. Yeah, for sure. That drops in softball.
But we get the 2 runs, which are the most important thing right there.
And Mancada is going to take it for a ball. Brian Wu is now on 85 pitches. He has pitched nothing short of outstanding.
Former White Sox Yoan Moncada,
When the
Cuban
White Sox-
international.
A lot of international players, now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike.
Which team do you think has the most international players in baseball right now? You think it's the Braves?
I don't know. I didn't even think of that. I think a lot of teams have a lot of international players. The 1-1 up high for a ball. Like the international diversification has really increased in Major League Baseball over the last 30 years.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's just something that I've noticed as we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. I mean, we got players coming from all over the world, mostly from Central America, South America, Asia. Very little part. Europe is pretty rare, though.
So here we go. The teams that have the most international players.
2-2. Strike
on their
3
opening
called,
day.
and that's going to be strikeout number 11 for Brian Wu.
That's Jude. Home dude's throwing darts. It would be a tie between the Houston Astros and the San Diego Padres. It was 16.
And that fastball was just nasty. It was like this.
Yep.
It's a nasty fastball.
The Braves have 14. The Mariners have 11. And the Dodgers have 10.
How many did the Yankees have? The pitch. Oh, inside. That nearly hit him.
The New York Yankees have 10.
I can tell you that Aaron Judge isn't one of them.
Yeah, neither is Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh, the
He
coach
just
thought
sound-
maybe-
He just sounds international. He was Mike Stanton before that.
That's right. Mike Stanton was also a
Mhm.
Yankee.
Yep.
And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. I think he was a 2001 All-Star as well. When the
Whatever
All-Star
happened,
game was in Seattle.
Whatever happened to Giancarlo Stanton?
He's still around.
Yeah, apparently he still plays for the Yankees.
And
You
now
said
the
he was
pitch.
an All-Star in 2001.
He was 9-4 with a 2.58 ERA. He was one of their mid bullpen pitchers.
Oh, not that
He-
Mike Stanton. I'm
That was a
talking about
different
the.
Mike.
I'm talking about Giancarlo Stanton of the Yankees, who
Oh, he
played
was
for the
formerly
Marlins.
The 1-2.
He was Mike Stanton before he changed his name.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Stanton or Giancarlo Stanton, I think is still hanging around. I would think.
Is
the Yankees.
Is Harry Ford the only British player in Major League Baseball? It's a good question. Is he British?
He technically is, because I think it was something to do with his mother and grandparents.
I did
The
not know
1-2.
that.
And check swing, did he go?
So he's
He did
half
not
British.
go. It looks like it. Looks like so. Giancarlo Stanton is still playing to this day.
Yep, with the
Yeah,
Yankees.
Let's see where Harry Ford was born.
Is that Eduardo Bazardo warming up?
Yep, it was. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Make that strikeout number 12 for Brian
That's
Wu.
right,
And
Darce.
he is absolutely on fire. He was born in Atlanta, Georgia.
So he's American.
He is an American.
He's American as apple
His
pie.
maybe it's something to do with his ancestry, but it was people like Harry Ford that caused the likes of Keith Olbermann to heavily criticize how the players were being played in the World Baseball Classic. And the
Yeah,
pitch,
that's right.
he
Keith
said,
Olbermann.
and here's the thing, he claims to be a non-you-know-what, but yet what he said was literally, and he got away with it. But then again, he doesn't really get the attention that he wants, because even people on his side are like, no, you're crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
the interesting thing though is that if his mom is British, then of course he's going to have dual citizenship, and he actually can, he can, because of his parentage, he can play for Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic if he wants to, right? That's the this thing happens all the time in international soccer, right? If there's a parent that was born in a certain country, the player has the ability to pick and choose the national teams he wants to play
The
for
1-1.
based on their parents'
2-1
lineage,
for
right?
Joe
Just because they were born in a country doesn't mean jack. You know what?
Squad. Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that at all.
so we're at 2-1 for Joe Adell.
Plus, Great Britain
now
needs
here's
all
the
the players.
pitch. And now here's a fly ball and fouled. It's just shocking when Keith Olbermann says it, when he criticized someone for being that, but then he says it himself.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason why nobody wants to hire him anymore. There's
Right.
I mean, good for him
Correct.
that he's able to make a living based off his content creating. Sure, I'll give respect to that. But if that
I don't
platform doesn't work for whatever reason, there's a reason he didn't last on any of the other mainstream outlets. There is a reason for it.
I can't remember where his show is. Even is it on YouTube?
It's like YouTube and Twitter.
Okay. Is he still taking shots at the president?
Who's
Is
he
that
not
his
take
shtick
shots?
now?
Pretty
is
much.
Is that still his shtick? Yeah. Yeah, he completely lost it.
And now here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. 13 strikeouts. He pumps his
Wow.
fist. And that will retire the
Wow.
side. 100 pitches. Now the question is, Brian Wu is absolutely on fire. He's almost unhittable. 13 strikeouts. If you're Dan Wilson, do you let him go one more inning to see if he can get 15?
You already know the answer. He's already at 100 pitches now. That they're not.
He's done. Even
he's
Jerry
done.
DePose can be like, nope, he's done, which is unfortunate because that means, but we'd like to see if Brian Wu can get more opportunities to get that. And plus, you don't want to be on 13 strikeouts. You want to be like on 14 or 15.
Yeah, but 13 is still a nice number though.
But 13 is a bad luck number.
Yeah, dude. He dialed it in, man.
He was doing something in front of a cardboard studio screaming about that. Yeah. And he burned the bridges with everyone. He burned the bridge with
Yeah.
ESPN. He burned the bridge with Rachel Maddow, I think. He burned the bridge with every mainstream outlet. So even the mainstream outlet on his own side was like,
Yeah,
no,
We're done.
get out.
we're done. I remember Keith Olbermann in his ESPN days, and he was actually wildly entertaining.
He was funny. Like he had a lot of jokes and they were funny.
right.
And then
it's a shame it's ended this, but that's gonna do it for me, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the banner. I am going to call it a night because it's 11:30 out here on the East Coast. This has been absolutely fun, and we'll do this again.
well, of course, do it again. And everyone, please give Steve the. Well, just say good night to him.
Yeah, good night, and also make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on Stateside Footy
Do it.
for all you soccer fans.
Soccer
fans.
Thank you, Steve, for being there. And still on commercial break at the moment.
Guys like Viagra and Aniaga.
Still there. Lights off. And he's out. And now what inning are we on? Are we on the 7th inning? No, we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. If only I had someone else to be here for me or with me. And tomorrow, just so you know, that we got another Mariners game tomorrow. Well, actually, I'm doing a doubleheader. I'm doing another doubleheader. Going to do the Seahawks game in the morning and also the Mariners game right after that, as Victor Robles is on the mound or on the plate. And now here is the pitch and a swing and a miss. And that is strike one or strike two. That was like literally right down the middle. And I am really glad that my shows are back to normal. It was about a few days worth of like things of paying respects. And now we're at 0-2 for Victor Robles. And now here's the pitch. Way up high for a ball. So we're at 1-2. And now here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball foul. But yeah, double header tomorrow. And I better get that thing set up. As we're at 1-2 for Victor Robles. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be strike three called, and that is going to be one out for the Mariners. Victor Robles was kind of a little bit shocked. I thought it was a strike anyway, and now we've got one out. And now here is J.P. Crawford up to the plate. He is 2 for 2 with a home run, the pitch, and that is a strike. We're at 0-1 for JP, and now the pitch, and that is outside for a ball, 1-1. And the pitch again. That's going to be a ground ball foul. And in my fantasy baseball team, if anyone would like to know, that I'm in the semifinals right now, and I'm on track to win. Now we're at 1-2. Actually, my buddy is closing it in on me, and that's going to be up high for a ball. Looks like Conseco Car Wash is actually cutting it a little bit close. Oh, boy. Especially on the batting average. And now the 2-2 pitch. And swing and a miss, strike three. And that is going to be 2 outs. And looks like Greg's great team is on his way to losing. Now here's Randy Arozarena, who is 0 for 2. Would really like to get him things going. And now here's the pitch. And that is inside for a ball. as we're at 1-0. As we're at 1-1. And now the 1-1. Now here's a fly ball to right field, and that is fouled. I mean, he's out. And that retires a side. A 1-2-3 inning. And now we go to the bottom of the, or top of the 7th inning.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
And we are back from the break. And yep, that is it for Bryan Woo. 13 strikeouts in this game, only 1 walk. I just would have. I get it. You usually don't want your pitcher to go over 100, but wanted to see him like get some records as if he already did. And now here's Luke Jackson coming out from the bullpen, and that is a strike. And Luke Jackson actually didn't even give up any runs, I believe. No, I think he did, but he pitched as best as he could when he was on the bullpen in those extra inning games against the Angels and the Cardinals, and that's going to be low for a ball. Now here is the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to right center field, and Victor Robles is there, and he makes the catch, and that's going to be 1 out. Now we've got 1 out. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. By tomorrow, it is going to be my 65th show. Right now, I'm on pace for 74. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. Throw to first in time. I think 70 would be a nice way to end it. But the 2 Royals games I'm not going to be able to do. Because understandably, don't quit your day job. Not going to be able to do that. And then the 17th, not going to be able to do that either. Thursday, I will also not be able to. Now here's the pitch to Guzman. That is up high for a ball. The 18th, I might be able to do that game because it'll be in the middle of the day. So I should have a chance for it. As now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch way inside for a ball. And I think I am going to do it. And I really want to. Oh, wait, I can't because I'm doing an event. That's not going to work for me. I'm actually doing it. I'm going to an event on that Thursday, so I will not be there. And now here's the pitch to Guzman. Here's a ground ball right to Eugenio Suarez. Throw to first in time. And an easy 1-2-3 inning against the Angels. And now we're going to go into the 7th inning. And I am going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. It would be a shame because the Mariners are up 5-2 and everyone else has won. 4, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Away. Oh, no, Sam, we gotta go. Yeah. Oh, baby, Sam, we gotta go. I found my girl, she waiting for me. A catcher ship across the sea. A ship all alone. All right, so it is now commercial break right now, and let me show you off a burger.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
And now we are back from the break, and now here is Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And now the pitch. And now here is a fly ball, and that could be playable, and that is fouled. Now we're at 0-2 for Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. It's going to be 1-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And Cal Raleigh's really trying to get to that number 54. It really must be getting to him. And time is running out. Like, I mean, he has time, but time is not. It's getting closer and closer where the pressure may get to him to get to that magic number, like 57. We're trying to get to 54 right now. And now the 1-2 pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball, diving stop by the third baseman. Throw to first in time. It was a great play. It's a shame that Cal Raleigh, that may be his last his last at bat for the rest of this game. And you hope it is, because that means that the Mariners would have won that game. So it looks like his opportunity is going to be over, unfortunately. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing the Seahawks and the Mariners game. So get your phones and your computer or your TV and watch that game. Now here is Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that is a strike. Julio is 1 for 2 today. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. So I'm on pace right now to do 73 shows by the end of this season. That would be 45%. And now we're looking at the 1-1. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. And now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That was an 80-mile-an-hour pitch by Peralta. By the time it gets to the Astros series, starting on Saturday, I should be able to do 8 Mariners games for that season, as we're at 2-2. And now here's the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to right field, and he makes the catch. That's Joe Adell. And now that's going to be 2 outs. Now here is Jorge Polanco up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball right to the first baseman, goes to first, and that's going to be in time. And that's going to retire the side. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Angels. And now we're going to get into Caleb Ferguson's going to be coming out from the bullpen.
Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings.
And we are back from the break. Mariners bullpen in the last 5 games has allowed no runs. No earned runs, at least. And now I got Caleb Ferguson. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As now we're at 0-1, and now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's going to be 1-2. This is Sebastian Rivero. And now the 1-2 pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball foul. We are at 1-2 for Rivero. Got 7 viewers so far. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and donate to this channel. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner right to JP Crawford, and that is going to be 1 out. Now here is Teldosio. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Here's going to be a ground ball foul. Now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball foul again. And the pitch again. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Now here is Mike Trout up to the plate and the pitch. As we're at 1-0. 2 strikeouts so far for Mike Trout. He's been having a terrible game. The pitch. And that is a strike. It's 5-2. Trout is on 399 career home runs. Question is, does he have enough time to get to 500? As we're at 1-1, the pitch. Now here's a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. And now we got runner on first base. That is Mike Trout. Now here is Moncada up to the plate. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. As we're at 0-1 for Ferguson. Josh Naylor hanging out at first base. As he's looking at Ferguson. And now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. Curveball. This is Chris Taylor, by the way. He is pinch hitting. And it is 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ferguson gets them out. Not a 1-2-3 inning, but still a great inning. That will retire the side. And I need some water. I'm going to commercial break. All right. See ya. Bye-bye for now.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
And here I am back. And we are back from the break, and so many foul balls. Didn't realize there was so much foul balls. And that was a single, and now here is Suarez, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. As we're at 0-1 for Suarez. And now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Nice stop. And now the throw to first. That's going to be in time. And that's going to be one away. And now here's Josh Naylor up to the plate. Naylor is 1 for 3. Who hit the 2 RBI single. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a comebacker right to the pitcher, and that's going to be 2 outs already. Can't believe it. Now here is Mitch Garver up to the plate. Really should be Harry Ford's job at this point. And now here is the pitch. Way outside for a ball, and that is going to be ball 1. I am now at 2695 subscribers. Definitely helped me get to 2700. Could happen by today, could happen by tomorrow. As now we're at 2-0. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As we are at 2-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. Now we're at 2-2, and now here is the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that should do it for this inning. He's going to be there, and he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. And now we are going into bottom of the ninth inning, or top of the ninth inning, it's going to be, I think it's going to be Matt Brash for the mound. Let's see how my fantasy baseball team is doing, as I'm on a very good track. Probably going to put in Yordan Alvarez. Trying to see which players that I should be using. Logan Ohape is hurt. So I have Baldwin or Yainer Diaz. I think I'm going to use Yainer Diaz this time. And I have 2 starters tomorrow. Tariq Skubal is hurt, so that's not going to help me. Going to put in another starter for tomorrow just in case. Probable starters. Who do I got here? Basically, there is not much good options. Play Quintana. Goodbye, Vasquez. And we are back from the break. And this is the final inning of this series, of this game, hopefully. It's all what we would like. They're showing the Ferris wheel of Seattle. They're talking about the Etsy Witch is the reason why the Mariners have yet to lose a game since that time. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to left field. Forget about that one. A home run by Taylor Ward, and the Angels have closed it within a 2-run lead. Home run number 31 for Taylor Ward. And, oh my goodness, it's a long ways to go until this game's over. And how am I down to just one view? Or one viewers, shall I say. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike for Joe Adell. Joe Adell, who had already hit a home run. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And the 0-2. Going to be outside for a ball. And by the way, there is no outs so far. So this is where things can get dangerous. And the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. Still strike 2. Waiting for this game to end. As long as the Mariners win the game, of course. As now we're at 1-2 for Joe Adell. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. It hits the dirt, and that's going to be 2-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball again, and it's going into the dirt. As now we're at 3-2, the full count. And I don't like this one bit. This just does not look good. It's going to be 3-2 on Joe Adell. And now the pitch. Now here's a liner to left field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. Is he going to go to second base? No, Joe Adell will stay on first base, but this is where things get very, very dangerous. Now we've got the tying run at the plate, Joe Adell on first base, and the idea that the Mariners could just blow this all up is actually possible. The next batter is going to be Moore, who is 0 for 2, though. But don't forget, Taylor Ward was 0 for 3 before that home run. And now we've got Pete Woodworth coming out. I don't know. This is where things get very, very dangerous. And I don't know. I am very concerned. My level of concern is very high. And the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. This is Moore. He is 0 for 2, though. Because they used Munoz yesterday, and he used him quite a bit. And that's going to be a strike. So I guess they wanted to save him. But Munoz has also been just as erratic as well. So I don't know if Munoz would have made any much else of a difference. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be double play ball. Throw to second and throw to first. And that will be in time for the double play. Not a great throw, but we do get the double play. And now that's going to be 2 outs. Yeah, it was a double play for sure. Yeah, Polanco was not a great throw by Polanco. So Naylor was able to scoop it up. It was a much needed double play. And now we got Davison up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. As now we're at 1-0. Swing and a miss. And that is going to be strike 1. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. And that's going to be 2-1. And now we're at 2-1 for Davison. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball. As we're at 3-1, the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. As we're at 3-2 for Davison. And this could be it. It's been quite of a grinding game. Player of the game will probably go to Brian Wu if the Mariners win. And Cal Raleigh's going to come out and have a little bit of a chatter for Matt Brash as he's trying to get the save in this save situation. He is now on a 3-2 count. And let's get this game over as quickly as possible so that we could get a nice Mariners victory. My first show in this studio since Sunday. And now we're at 3-2. It looks like he is ready to go. And now the 3-2 pitch. And strike three called, and the ball game is over. The Mariners win their first game. The Mariners have won the series against the Anaheim Los Angeles Angels. And the Mariners still maintain their division lead on the Houston Astros. And they will be facing off the Angels for the final game of this 3-game series. Now, the question is, who's going to be the pitcher for the series? It's going to be Hendricks against George Kirby. And go get your tickets for tomorrow. Use that SeatGeek promo code Rooftop Sports. Get your $20 off. And I will be signing off for this game. I just want to say thank you very much for being here, as I am extremely hungry and I got to go. And go Mariners.